All right. And loading into what could be our finals, but is instead going to be our second semifinals of the evening. We're going to be starting off here on Death Aura LE. That LE, of course, standing for Luncheon Extended. Luncheon Extended. That's when you thought you ran out of food, but it turns out no more. I shouldn't be talking about food right now. Over here in the top left-hand corner of the map, sweating all the way to the top left-hand corner, we have the Blues player coming out from the land of South Korea. Is he going to go Roaches again? Let's find out. Representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG, we have Dark.
And spawning in at the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the red Terran, the Mexican Terran. He may be a barcode here in-game, but he is representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial.
And oh man.
Yeah, like we've had nothing but TvZs for the past couple of series. But mate, I'm not complaining. I'm ready to get into some Doritos.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the Taiwan B stream that we may or may not be doing, there's a lot of Protoss players there, so we may as well enjoy the TvZs before we go back into our watch of PvP.
Oh yeah. When it comes to Taiwan, Hong Kong, we're gonna be casting a lot of But Always, Haas, Nice, and a couple of others. I did Kevin Liu qualify? I can't quite remember, but they may be, I think it's expected, possibly. So there could be a couple of other Terrans. Gogo Joy, of course, is going to be there. But we're going to soak up as much TvZ as we can today. And oh boy, I'm curious to see how Juanito's going to play this out.
Somebody put a menu pog in the chat.
Exclamation mark, menu pog in the chat by SpeCial Pup.
It doesn't do anything on this channel, but you can do it. Show your appreciation over to menu log down under.
Yeah. I did cast ANZ Champs over the weekend, which was like the prelude to DreamHack OCE. That was the main sponsor. If you enjoyed that, by the way, Seal Pup. It was a little bit embarrassing, wearing the menu merch, but you know what? We embraced it towards the end. It's a little bit awkward, especially since it was a new experience casting offline for me in a studio, but it was fun. It was an experience.
That it definitely was. Might have been as awkward as my boy Callum Murray.
Oh my god!
I remember the ad.
That's oh god. You know what? I'd block that from my memory. What are you doing? All right, but you know what? Things are slowly ramping up, and we do see that we have a 1-1-1 opening coming up from SpeCial, and it's been so long since I've seen this. Hey, we gotta see the switch.
A 1-1-1?
Yeah, like a 1-1-1, but not into like Widowmine drops, mate. We've got a standard one into.
It has been pretty.
Yeah.
It has been a while since you last seen that. Should be seeing a bunker coming out real soon. Actually, gonna be a Raven coming out from SpeCial. Someone's been watching Hut.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about that OCE scene earlier, and SpeCial, he's a big fan of Hut. He always tunes in, and he's going for that Raven, looking to harass with some auto turrets.
Indeed, he will. And Raven has actually got a lot of utility there. I feel like it is risk-reward. The Raven can be sniped by these queens if you're not careful with them, but if you are, you got a free detector. You got a lot of creep to clear.
Exactly.
As Dark, we were begging him not to, but... Dark does what Dark does.
Yeah, if you are joining us for the first time tonight and you didn't see Dark versus Time, this was Dark's go-to. He was very heavy with the Roach Ravager composition, eventually going into Lurkers, but really, skimping on that Ling Bane. Almost to his detriment. Again, Time, he fought very hard against him.
That he did, and I think it's also important to point out that for quite a while, Time just did not have that many tanks with him. Whereas SpeCial, he's immediately going into that, not even going to be bothering with any of that Widowmine nonsense. He looked at our Terra players like, he looked at Time and he looked at Bunny and he said, I do not want to do that.
Not today, as we do have the Raven sneaking in with that auto turret, able to get 2 workers for its troubles. Will remain there, so Dark is forced to keep a bit of supply, you know, defensively, so he doesn't lose too many workers.
Yeah. And I really don't see much of an exit point right now for this Raven, so SpeCial is going to be keeping it back on Dark side of the map just to see if he can get any more harassment done. Tank does pop out.
Oh, Tank does pop out, and we have this really weird skirmish where Dark, he has a couple of Ravagers out on the map, a little bit exposed, but these Hellions, they aren't really enough to take them out. He has to rely on these Marines, and surprisingly, Dark, he's diving on in.
Yeah, already 2 tanks are out there. Dark, is he gonna back away? Okay, wants to get at least 1 tank and then back off.
Nicely done.
Unfortunately, the Overlord did get sniped back there, so yeah, unable to get some high ground vision on the other tank. Oh, gets a couple of supply depots. Okay, actually, this is some really neat stuff that Dark is doing with his Ravagers. He knows he can't bust on in, so he's just gonna get a little bit of damage here and there.
Yeah, honestly, this is so much damage. He's gonna potentially be getting 4 depots, but he does end up getting pounced upon by the Hellions, and everything gets cleaned up.
Oh, you know, I never noticed this before, Light. When the Ravagers get burnt up, they kind of look like Doritos a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit of that corn chip, yeah, a little bit of that corn chip color scheme to it.
Yeah, boy, and I was waiting for it. So Dark, he did go for a lair, you know, a couple of minutes ago, and I was like, oh, okay, so what's that lair going to be for? He is going for a Spire, and he gets spotted by the Raven.
And that is why you get the Ravens. This is why SpeCial's been doing his homework, been watching Hut. He is immediately aware of where the tech would be thrown down and what the tech is going to be.
Yeah, and it's so important that he throws down these Ravens, especially closer to the gases. Like, that's exactly what Dark needs, especially when you're going for mutas. It's so valuable to get up that gas count.
That it absolutely is, but Dark, he is immediately going to be retaking those gases. Did lose a couple of drones here. Were they from the Hellions? They had to be from the Hellions. I don't think anything else was killing drones there.
There was an auto turret in the main, I know that much, so yeah.
Helped out.
Yeah, like a combination of the auto turrets, of the Hellions, so yeah, some decent damage being pulled off by SpeCial. We do have a little bit of a Ling run by. There are tanks to defend, but you mentioned earlier there is potential friendly fire.
There's a lot of potential for friendly fire. Another depot going to be going down. And again, just whatever Dark can do to keep SpeCial supply down means it's going to delay his push by so much when he eventually moves out. Because he's spending money on building these depots. He's not spending that money on his army. And even when the time comes, when SpeCial decides, all right, enough is enough, I've got to go across the map, he has way less of an army than he would have.
Oh yeah, definitely. And oh, like one of the Ravens got picked off earlier. This one does manage to just barely escape.
I didn't realize how big the dead air was on this map, Light.
The Raven just barely able to survive. And of course, SpeCial, he was aware of the Mutalist earlier. He was able to spot the Spire. He has plenty of missile turrets in the mineral lines, not necessarily protecting his production though.
Yeah, which can be a huge thing. Add-ons go down. Again, takes even longer to build up an army, and by the time SpeCial has rebuilt his infrastructure, how big is Dark's army going to look like?
Oh, he's trying to catch the mutas. He's trying to wait for them to try and go north, and he's ready and waiting. Oh.
But you know what? I think Dark has also realized how much dead air there is on this map.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, more Raven harass. The Raven came back from that dead air, from that corner of the map, dives in, denying more gas of Dark. When he gets out.
It does get out. For now, anyway.
For now, the mutas
are going back home.
Yeah, they find an opening, they slip on through and manage to escape, but SpeCial, he's had enough. He's ready for the push.
That he is breaking down these rocks. These are a lot of tanks. We know what goes well. What does well against tanks here, Light? Roach Ravager. Not a lot of Marines here. Not a lot of bio for SpeCial. And the Ravagers are looking to get that flank. A lot of Marines coming in to reinforce, though. And this is too much for Dark to deal with. Will be forced to retreat back to a more defensive location. But the important thing is, tank combat reset.
Exactly. Like, these Marines would have been so huge if they were there for the engagement. Like, the tanks were so exposed, so full nadad. The Marines, they were just lagging behind, and because of that, every single tank got biled down.
Indeed, they did. And SpeCial, I mean, he's got a lot of Marines, and he does have the potential to go for some drops. There are not that many Mutalisks out in the map right now, but it's going to be a while before he can go for a second push.
Yeah, it feels so bad, right? I feel like Juanito, he had the army. He had the potential to deal a lot of damage, but a little bit of like mistiming when it comes to the units, and because of that, he's forced to stay home. The Mutas come back in, but at this stage of the game, I'm sure Dark is happy with just sacrificing them. Like, he doesn't really care about the Mutas. As we've seen this before, he's getting Burrow and Roach movement as well.
He's gonna borrow the Mutas!
Ah, he's gonna do it! He's gonna borrow!
Oof. But yeah, I mean, he is willing to give up those Mutalisks, but still trying to get some kind of damage done. So just trying to sort of lead this army of Juanito on a bit of wild goose chase. Nice drop here from SpeCial.
Oh yeah, he's pulling the army away. Yeah, it could give SpeCial the opportunity to take out this hatchery to the left-hand side, but I don't think he's aware of it. No, he is not. So instead, he's going up the ramp.
And his army is kind of split right now. SpeCial's is. It's allowing Dark to get a good amount of incremental damage on top of these Marines, which again makes the eventual engagement so much weaker for Terran's side.
Oh yeah, definitely. But again, we don't see any Lings, we don't see any Banelings, so there's a lot of positioning.
Oh, a couple of them do land, but I think for the most part, SpeCial has kept his Marines alive. And as you were saying, like, where are the Banes? Where are the Lings? Well, it turns out the Lings were at the back trying to go for a flank.
Oh, they were trying, but they did not succeed. There is another big amount of them, but they are going for the counterattack across the map. Meanwhile, the Ravagers are a little bit exposed. There are plenty of Queens for Transfuse, though.
That there are, and I'm worried that the Marines may be a little overstimmed here. Beautiful concave coming out from Dark, and the Marine count has just absolutely plummeted. The Zerglings come back for the tanks, and SpeCial, once again, completely wiped back.
Exactly. The engagements have just been beautiful for Dark. He was able to swallow off that army. He survives with the hatchery. He didn't take any economic damage. He's barely sustained any drone damage in the last couple of minutes. Now he's going for the counterattack.
That he is, and I feel like this may be the final nail in the coffin. Just looking at Dark with twice the army supply, but this is a pretty good position for SpeCial to make use of. It's up a ramp, it's up 2 ramps.
Yeah, here. Yeah, here on Death Aura, like, this is so difficult to push into, but there's only one tank holding the line, and it looks like the Roach Ravager is going to pounce on top of it.
Yeah, Dark very slowly starting to envelop this army. Well, I say slowly, but it looks like the army just collapsed in on the Terran Marines. And with that, what more can SpeCial really do to defend against this?
Exactly. The tank got focused down. GG gets called.
Dark will be taking game number 1.
The SpeCial 5. I was waiting for the phone call.
I heard your delay. I heard your delay.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna keep going, but you didn't. So I'm like, all right, I guess.
We're gonna be taking game number 1 of this Mejor y Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Semifinales.
He's gonna be taking game 1 in this Cinco de Mayo. My god, what a guy. And now we're gonna be loading in. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This has become one of my favorite maps in the map pool. It's Romanticide.
Yes, they got a bit of a shaky start with you when it comes to Romanticide.
Oh yeah, like visually.
Intricacies
yeah.
of it all.
Like visually, like, let's be real here, like, ugh. Like, look, I'm not gonna get into the wooden bridges, but mate, they're wooden bridges.
Yeah, but you know, maybe they're made of palm wood.
Oh god, yeah, definitely. And we do have a couple of suggestions in the chat to set up an overlay to cover the barcode to manually type in SpeCial. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too confident in my overlay skills to be able to pull that off, so it's a bit unfortunate. Of course, if you're wondering why SpeCial is on a barcode, he had a couple of issues logging into his main account, and I believe it's currently locked or something along those lines, so he can't really get in.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a bug earlier where if you were trying to sort of swap the servers, it just wouldn't work. And yeah, I'm not sure how to really fix that because as far as I know, it's also like 50-50 if you don't play that often on the Asia server. But yeah, we did have a workaround here for SpeCial. And that works out pretty well. And speaking of working out, we're now on Romanticide. LE. LE, of course, is going to be able to stand for... Did I say going to be able to stand for? I feel like I say that phrase way too much. It's on my lips. I gotta find something else. All right. Well, LE stands for Lover's Embrace. We are now here. Oh, going full flush. The Blue Zerg player gonna be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. We have Dark.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial. And mate, that was like a 12-12? I don't think it was a 13-12 quite.
No, it was not. He didn't do the extraction trick.
Yeah.
He just went straight for the pool.
Oh boy.
0 shits given.
Yeah, you know what, Dark, he saw the previous series, he saw the 30-minute game on Romanticide, and he's having none of it. He's like, mate, I'm just going for my all-in. I don't want a long game. It's late. I want to get some dinner. Let's do this.
Don't say dinner.
I want some of that Doritos. I want it. I want some Juanito. And he's going across the map with his lings. He got the first 100 gas, got his ling speed pulled out, and now, mate, he's just flooding.
He moving across the map. He's flooding. He's flooding. He is getting a second base though, so not gonna be all in. Just a very committed 12 pool aggressive opening here coming out from Dark.
Yeah, this is very interesting because he's going for that hatchery. So I guess he is planning to drone up ? Unless he's just using it for larva.
I feel like it's twofold. It is one, used for larva, but also two, a bit of a backup plan, right? A contingency in case this ling rush doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, and the Reaper, it's across the map. Ooh, Juanito does spot the lings though, but ling speed is about to finish up in a couple of seconds, and the lings go in trying to deny the natural.
And they do manage to get the denial. This has got to hurt if you are SpeCial.
Oh yeah,
not that much. But
oh, he gets in.
He does rush again, and GG's immediately called. Wow. That is gonna be a misclick that haunts SpeCial for days.
Oh, it was a combination of things there. As I was quickly checking, he also lost his Reaper in the center of the map as well, and he was working on it. Yeah, like there was just nothing there that he could do.
Wowee. Well, we did say that Dark was looking for a quick game here. And a quick game he did get, a quick victory. We are made, like... Dark is now on match point, 2-0. Yeah. I feel like the series, Bunny versus Solar, we were still in game 1 by this point. Okay, maybe just starting game 2.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We had these long, intense macro games earlier. Here, they're nice, they're quick, they're decisive, and that's just what these kind of players are, as we are going to be loading into Oxide. And for a couple of people who maybe are tuning in for the first time and aren't too familiar with our stream, Kuro has just set up a Spanish intro. I don't think we're going to have time to play a duct tape, which is kind of a highlight reel that we have. But we are very close with the Latin American community. We whip out some Spanish here and there, and we also have set up some channel points to provide them with a Spanish intro.
Sometimes you do it even without the points.
I need to talk to you about that one, right?
Alright, but till then, by the way, exclamation mark YouTube in the chat, and you can go to our YouTube channel where that highlight reel of a lot of us speaking Spanish is located. But enough about that. We are now on Oxide LE. We be oxidizing, we be breathing. And in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the top right-hand corner map, the blue Zerg player, blue for oxygen. I'm going to say that one. He is going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. Already up 2-0 in the specified. Is he just going to bring it on home and face Solar in that TvZ championship? Let's find out. We have Dark.
Oh, and we were talking about that short series because spawning in the bottom left, but also proxying in the corner of the map, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial.
Now you gotta wonder, is Dark gonna be as diligent as Solar? Maybe not, but he's gonna be diligent enough.
He knows, he spots it.
He does see it.
Oh my god.
Well aware. And for the moment, it's just going to be 2 Braxes, so not going to be as devastating as a 4X build.
Yeah.
So Dark has got a little bit of time to sort of get his defenses in order.
So a couple of things, right? The big difference between Solar versus Bunny is that Solar went for an earlier pool, so he already had Lings like ready and available, and he was also already like getting on top of things. This time, Dark, he went for a bit of a later one, so he's forced to pull the drones, trying to deny this bunker.
But it should just about be enough. Does get the surround on this SCV. And he is just chasing SpeCial all the way back. If we're going to be able to kill this bunker. Okay, doesn't get the kill.
Ooh.
But yeah, just prevents the bunker from coming up. Really nice mineral walking and amazing body blocking as well. We might just be getting a quick series here.
This could be it, mate. He's getting on top of everything. All the SCVs go down. The potential for a bunker has been completely denied. And sure, these Marines are able to take out the Lings, but now he can just go back to mining. He has a spine. His natural should be perfectly fine.
He's got a queen. He's got that spine up, and yeah, SpeCial. It's a good thing he was mining that gas, because now he really needs to transition to a more standard game.
Exactly.
I guess it's also an advantage of going for the double racks instead of the quadruple one.
Yeah,
You're
it
not
was
that committed.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot less committed compared to like a 3 racks or even a 4 racks like Marine Rush. So he does have that gas. He does have a factory, but Dark, he scouts. Oh my god, his Lings are here.
That's a scout. The Lings are here, and I mean SpeCial. That's gotta be painful. You try to go for the thing where you don't have to lift up your building for the add-on, but in the end, just have an open wall.
Oh, yes, he does. We'll see how good the micro is. SpeCial going to be able to save the SCV. He does not.
But one of them survives.
Oh, an interesting SpeCial. Yeah, he's not going back home. He's continuing to produce.
All right. Well, SpeCial really wanting to go for another round real quick. Try to get some sort of damage done on his Zerg opponent. Some kind of equalizer. And in order to do that, he needs to make sure he doesn't waste any time whatsoever. Make sure that he's able to produce out of his Raxes, just like that.
Definitely. Meanwhile, we do have Dark. I mean, he's just doing Dark things. He's going for the Roach Horn. Of course he is. And with this Roach Horn, he's going to be wanting to push out across the map again. He doesn't have a third hatchery. He is staying on 2 bases. Yeah,
just it's kind of funny to see that Dark, after getting proxy 2 racks, decides, you know what? I'm going to do Roaches again in a How many times has Dark played a ZVT and not gone for Roaches? I believe literally just once in that time series.
Like today, yeah, it just hasn't been a popular thing. He looks like he is looking to expand. What's important is that SpeCial, he is going for this armory. It looks like he wants to go for a big all-in. He's pulling the boys. He's going to be transforming his Hellions into Hellbats, getting all of his Marines that he's been banking up. And against Roaches, this could work, especially if there aren't enough out on the map. And they could miss each other.
They absolutely are missing one another. This is going to come down to that base trade. And I was going to say, you know, maybe those SCV, he does turn around. Okay, this is not terrible. For Dark right now, could potentially get a bit of a sandwich here between the Spine Crawler and the Roaches that are on the map. SpeCial is wise to the snow, so he's being very, very careful. Dark going to be retreating to a more defensible location up this ramp. Nice mineral walking from these SCVs.
Yeah, he gets a surround on the Queens. The Queens are going to be going down. No transfuses available. Meanwhile, the Roaches, some of them have returned, but the others are actually attacking across the map. I don't know if this is the best move for Dark.
Yeah, nor I. This is a big risk right now for Dark.
Yeah.
If he can potentially, if SpeCial just somehow does not see that third base, I think it's going to go really well for him. But if not, then I feel like SpeCial has just enough brute force to do it.
Yeah, we're getting this situation. There are a couple of Roaches coming in from behind. There are a couple more Roaches here to defend. Are we going to see the drones being pulled here as SpeCial? He's losing all his SCVs across the map.
Yeah, I feel like the drones do have to be pulled, which is why I do like that Dark is focusing down these Hellbats. It is only Marines and SCVs, and there aren't that many SCVs left. Queen does get taken out, but the Marine count is still standing strong.
Oh, he pulls the boys. There are only 3 Roaches left. 4 Roaches. The Marines are taking them down. Oh, a Hellion joins the fray as well. And, I mean, the buildings get lifted for SpeCial.
Dark has come home.
Yeah, he's come home.
But SpeCial has gotten a hot pick up. That's why it was so crucial that Dark got that Spore Crawler. there's some way of really threatening that medevac of SpeCial.
Yeah, I feel like Dark has this because SpeCial, if he kills any of these buildings, yeah, we just have Broodlords out, and that's gonna, Broodlings, and that's gonna help so much for Dark's defense.
Literally 0 workers right now for SpeCial, and he cannot make another one. He is on such a timer right now.
Mate.
And he does have the orbital command, so he can make some mules, and from there get a couple of SCVs out.
Oh, and look at this fancy micro. He's going to be able to take out some units, and hopefully he shouldn't lose anything as long as he keeps, he's on top of that medevac micro.
Which he does appear to be for the time being. SpeCial still has a bit of a better army, I would say. But Dark is not cleaning up here.
Yeah, and oh my god, he's going to be able to get the drones as well. They're all lining up.
Apparently Dark has the higher army supply, but I'm not quite sure where that is. The Hellion is so low.
Oh, it's so low, and now Dark, he's down to 10 workers, and I don't know if that's enough, especially against 3 mules. He's gonna have to try his hardest to keep his drones alive. This is still so close.
But he does have the better army, which is something that SpeCial can't really say the same. He has no anti-air, though, or at least no reliable anti-air.
Yeah.
That corrosive vial is gonna be a gamble every time. If Dark decides to go for it, that medevac is so low light.
It's so low. The only anti-air is the spore in the main. Like, SpeCial could potentially kill this hatchery, but again, it's kind of risky to do so. He's trying to focus on drones instead. Oh, but the roaches, they find the base.
And Dark is looking to make a beeline over there. I feel like Dark is just missing the barracks.
Yeah, he has not. Oh, no, he spotted them.
Okay, now he sees them. Leaving a couple of units back to deal with that, but he's splitting up his army. He may have tripled the army supply, but they are not quite in position.
Oh, that they are. And again, Roach Ravager, like, SpeCial with good medevac micro, like, he can if he has like godlike micro, I think he's still a little bit favored in these engagements.
I think he prayed a bit to Bjorn earlier today.
A little bit.
Yes, a bit.
Yeah, like.
Oh, right. But Dark is starting to go for the flank, though. And this is not looking too good whatsoever for our Red Terran player. That medevac cannot juggle enough. GG is called. Dark will be your second finalist for tonight.
GG gets called. Dark, he advances to the grand finals. And mates, we thought we were going to have nothing but TvZs, but that is not the case. We are going to be having a ZVZ between Solar and Dark.
Naturally. Tis, well, what else did we really expect? I do kind of like that we're having a little bit of matchup diversity here, and Solar versus Dark. That's always something to look out for.
Oh yeah, definitely. We were talking about it earlier where I believe you were mentioning Dark was able to win last week off of the back of a ZVZ.
Yeah, and not just a ZVZ against Rogue, who one, I would consider to be the top ZVZ player out right now, and two, is a player who just Dark has a problem dealing with.